What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. This one's from IFC Midnight. It's a movie called I Remember You. The basic story here is that an elderly woman commits suicide by hanging herself inside of a church, but it has some kind of like weird circumstances around it, so it doesn't seem like it's like super, clear cut on what's going on because the church is all smashed up and there's a bunch of crosses like crudely carved into the walls. And whenever they do the examination of the body, they discover that the woman has a bunch of similar crosses carved into her own skin. And it's not just fresh ones either. Like, it looks like this has been going on like for years because there's scar tissue and whatnot. They bring in a psychiatrist to look into the case and to figure out, what exactly was the motivation behind her killing herself, and what's the deal with the crosses. And it kind of opens up this Pandora's box of like craziness from her past and some really like dark, haunting kind of stuff. And so he's trying to piece that together. Meanwhile, there's like a young couple and one of their friends are at this like remote house and they're trying to like fix it up. They want to turn it into a bed and breakfast. It becomes pretty clear that the couple has some relationship problems, but this seems like just the kind of thing that might bring them together so they can kind of focus on the same thing, get this place up and running and, make their lives better. So we have two narratives here, and they're both pretty strong by themselves, but of course the movie has ways of kind of, weaving them together, and that's part of the mystery of the movie. I will say that this is a foreign language movie. It's Icelandic. Do not let that scare you off from watching this, even if you're somebody who doesn't normally watch subtitled films. This movie is very atmospheric. It's very, like, moody. Reading the subtitles is not an issue because it's not as, like, it's a very creepy visual, but it's not, like, a super fast-paced ADHD type of movie. It has a very deliberate pace, so reading the it's very easy to keep up with the subtitles, so definitely don't dismiss it just because it's, in Icelandic with subtitles. I really like this movie. It's definitely, like, with the deliberate pace, it's going to throw some people off, but I think the movie does a really great job of developing characters and just building this, like, sense of mood and dread that you can't do if you're moving, 1,000 miles an hour. And the movie does have some, like, traditional horror elements. There's a few jump scares. There's some really creepy, like, visions and stuff like that. But it's also just, like, like a character-driven piece. These characters are really well developed, really fleshed out, especially, like, the couple. I really like the dynamics between the couple. So this is not just, like, a cheesy horror movie. This is an effective, like, kind of chiller that's got, like, a slow burn element to it, but it also has a really deep character side to it, and I really appreciated that. And even though it does have a deliberate pace, it never feels overly slow. It's just, if you wanted to have really rich developed characters, you have to take the time to do that. And so that sometimes costs you, that you have to slow down the pace a little bit. I liked it. I thought it was super creepy, super, like, just unnerving and, like, had, like, a really, like, oppressive vibe to it. I thought it was really cool. I watched it on a on demand, and it's going to be available. I don't know when you'll see this video, but by the time you see it, it's probably going to be available on video on demand, and then I'm sure it'll come out eventually on Blu-ray and DVD. But if you're watching this before release, it comes out November the 10th. I really liked it, and I think if you like creepy horror movies that are more like atmosphere and character driven, definitely give I Remember You a chance. I really liked it, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. So that's my review. If you like it, make sure to check out my website, markfusion.com. You can read my full write-up of I Remember You and a bunch of other IFC Midnight movies, as well as other horror, cult, exploitation, all kinds of stuff. I'm also on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at markfusion, as well as my Patreon, where you can get exclusive content there. But definitely hit that sub button. That's the best way you can help me out, help me build this channel, and continue to create crazy levels of content. I greatly appreciate you watching these videos, and hopefully I'll see you soon. And again, don't sleep on this movie just because it's subtitled. Even if you're not into that normally, give this one a chance because it's definitely worth it. And the slow, like, atmospheric pace definitely makes it easy to keep up with the subtitles. So, don't dismiss it just because of that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll see you soon.